All right, hey everybody, welcome to episode 12 of Power Rangers Jungle Beasts. Of course, am Dapper Dinosaur. I am the GM for this game, and I am joined by 4 of our 5 players. One of us couldn't make it, but that's okay. We go on with only one missing. So, let's start introducing everybody. We're going to go from left to right from the player portraits that are up on screen. That means we're starting with Player, our Blue Ranger.
Oh, hey team. I'm Maddie. Let's see. What do I have going on these days? The baby is rolling over.
Nice.
That's
Ooh.
very exciting.
Nice.
And I recently did a pretty fun solo stream over on Amateurish Productions, which I think the VOD is up on their YouTube channel. It was a solo Call of Cthulhu adventure.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and yeah, so if you want kind of a cozy, it's kind of like cozy horror with me in a southern accent narrating things to you. Go check that out, and I'll be doing one of those about once a month for a while.
You know,
Uh,
oh, sorry.
yeah, what's up?
I just got the Keeper's rulebook for Call of Cthulhu. We might have to work on something.
We might have to. I'm diving deep into Call of Cthulhu. I've got the Keeper rulebook, and Liam, my husband, got me the Berlin
Oh,
guide. So it's really cool. And then in future months, and this is I've got like some other projects with Amateurish Productions going on right now. So I'm doing some cool TT. I'm kind of doing like a lot of my TTRPG stuff on their Twitch site.
okay.
So anyway, that's what I've got going on.
Awesome. Well, let's go take a look at Orion, who, doesn't have a name. Guys, remind me about that sometime so I can remember to add the name Orion in there in the set.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I play. My name is Bent Hovind. You probably know me. You see me on Kent with Bent, right? You've seen me on Top Hats Off. And I play Orion, who you don't know because his name is there, but you kind of know
You're the Green Ranger.
because he plays the Green Ranger, and you've seen me for a couple episodes now.
Yeah.
And I make music.
Awesome.
That's another thing I do.
Okay.
You make music incredibly well. I love your music.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, in fact,
I'm making music incredibly well.
The music that we used at the opening for this, when the opening credits play, is actually performed by Beethoven, not
I did do the
actual
for this.
Power Rangers band. Yeah. All right.
I did a cover of it. Beethoven, no relation.
It was actually good enough that when I uploaded it as a separate video, it got a copyright claim.
Nice.
Yep.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I don't care. All that means is it's going to play ads, and those ads are like going to go to Hasbro or something, like whatever.
Deservedly
sure,
so.
Hasbro, please enjoy the ads from
right?
this.
Yes.
There you go. Beethoven just made you a couple cents over the course of the next 10 years.
1/3 of a penny.
Right.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to our White Ranger, Gary.
Hi, I'm TD Lane. I play Gary. My name actually is on the stream. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. I appreciate that. All right, and last but not least, let's get Timmy in here.
Hi guys, yeah, it's me, Jord. I don't do cool things like everybody else, but I'm here to have a good time.
This is a cool thing that everyone else is doing.
Well, yeah, true. Well, I don't do cool solo things like everybody else.
Okay.
Well, I guess I do also stream over on World of Akala. I haven't shouted that out in a while, so go check that out.
Yeah, there you go. That's run by Batch, right?
Yeah, DM'd by the Batch. Well, Zumi's been running a game, Warlocks of Zaz. It's kind of it's her first time DMing. It's kind of a Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland. It's like a fairy tale amalgam world that Zumi built, and I'm really enjoying it.
Nice. That sounds interesting. All right, guys. Well, last time we saved Christmas, of course, because while no Power Rangers have been confirmed to be Christians. Apparently, most of them still celebrate Christmas, except for Bridge Carson, who's confirmed to be Jewish and to not celebrate Christmas. So there is that. Which, by the way,
Dapper. That's what the people come for. Dapper, the deep Power Rangers lore that you just can draw.
Which of the many Power Rangers has ever been confirmed to have a religious identity? And what is
Yes.
it? And who was it? And it was in the episode Walls of Power Rangers SPD.
Yeah, instead he celebrates Chinese in a movie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if I'm being honest, that's a pretty good way to spend a night, in generally speaking, is Chinese food in a movie. So,
Although I
Yeah.
will say,
There's this
Thai is better. At least
Okay.
in this area.
The city of
Correct.
Norman, Oklahoma has, I think I counted 7 different Thai restaurants. They are
Wow.
all amazing. And we have a proper like dumpling noodle Chinese restaurant, not like American Chinese food, but
like,
like
can you get actual dim sum?
no, you can't get dim
Mm.
sum, but they make their own noodles every day, and so they do like noodle soups and steamed buns, and that is
Nice.
all they make.
I walked into a Thai restaurant one time, and the lights were way too bright, so I asked them to dim sum.
Ah.
Did
So,
they?
anyway, yeah, last time we saved Christmas, everyone met Santa and Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus was, of course, played by Chesh, who came as a guest role player to play as what would otherwise be an NPC. Because that's something I like to do every once in a while. If I have a prominent NPC that's going to be sort of joining the team temporarily, I like to see if I can get a guest role player.
I've got one. Well, you know, in the Guns, Magic, and the Skill game, Chess is still Miss Claus.
That's true. That's technically true, yeah.
Technically true. I love it.
But anyway, today we have come back from saving Christmas, and we're going to be opening with Timmy. Timmy, you are visiting your mom in the hospital, and your dad meets you outside the door to her room, let you know that it doesn't look like the treatments are making her all that much better. In fact, it might be that she's getting worse.
Is she at least awake? I haven't gotten to really talk to her. The last time I talked to her, she was really groggy and not really all the way there. I'd like to go in there.
She
Speak to
sleeps.
her if I-
She sleeps a lot. Anytime you go in the room, she may or may not be asleep. But if you wake her up, she usually doesn't complain too much because she likes seeing you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head in there. You can come in if you want, I guess, Dad. But it's got a few things I want to say to her.
I'll let you have some time alone.
Thank you. Give him a big hug. Tell him I love him. Take a big gulp and open the door. She doesn't look too sick, does she?
Well, you're used to her looking pretty sick, but she looks pretty pale. She's got circles under her eyes. She's very, very skinny.
Probably sleeping right now, so I'll
Mhm.
go up, gently shake her shoulder a bit until her eyes. Well, I guess you control what she does, right?
Yeah. Well, wait. Do an unarmed attack now. She wakes up.
Give me a dexterity check to see if your mom punches you in the face.
No, she wakes up and she says, "Oh, hi, Timmy."
Hey, Mom. Sorry I haven't been around very much. Got a lot of stuff. I'm sure Dad's told you about the new job. They got me running all over the world, it feels like. But you're doing well here, I see. Well, as well as you can, considering. And I am sorry about my dogs going crazy out there.
That's okay. I can barely hear them. When you say you seem to be doing well, she does give you a bit of a look like, yeah, does it seem like that? Well,
I mean, as well as I can when I'm always worried about you.
Well, I'm glad that you got a new job. I hope it's keeping you occupied and that you're making some good money and getting lots of experience.
Oh, it's definitely worth the experience. Maybe not as much the monetary. I was never one to go after the big numbers, but I feel like I'm really helping people and
as long as you're
doing some good in the world.
As long as you can support yourself, that's important.
Yeah.
Getting enough.
I'll be fine, Mom.
That's good. I do worry about you, although I think you'll do fine.
Yeah. Timmy's just gonna sit there, exchanging pleasantries. I'm sure there's an inside joke and stuff to be had there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really good at the whole role playing, and
That's
I
okay.
wasn't expecting to be put on the spot like this. But yeah.
So as you do that, you notice that at various times she seems to just kind of nod off. It seems like she's extremely tired pretty constantly.
Yeah. I assume Timmy would get lost telling the story. He would be so focused on trying not to let slip that his job is Power Ranger. So he would say something like, "Oh yeah, David the other day, he totally flubbed it when he went to plug in the USB in the drive,"
Yeah.
and he's so focused on not letting it slip, but that by the time he looks back over at her, she's out, you know what I mean? And he wouldn't wake her up at that point. He'd just smile, stand up, and exit the room as quietly as possible after giving her a little kiss on the forehead.
Okay. So when you exit, your dad is still there. He says, "Did you two have a good talk?"
Yeah, I tried to keep it away from, medical stuff as much as I could. She's really excited about the new job, which I know we haven't talked about this, but I have in my mind whenever Timmy has to disappear, he tells his dad, "Oh, my new job,
Mm-hmm.
they called me in at the last minute and I got to pull an all-nighter at the office." You know what I mean? And so he's talking about the job and all that, and I'm sure he strikes up quite the conversation with his dad that
Yeah.
a better person could role play. A better role player could role play. I'll say that, not a better person. But.
Dude, you're doing fine.
Yeah, you're doing great. Well, your dad says, "Look, we got another a new prognosis from doctors."
Is Timmy's not a very smart, medically savvy person. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that like a diagnosis?
Well, a prognosis is how the disease is likely to go. And right now, unless she starts responding to treatment or figure out some new treatment plan that actually works better, probably about 6 months to a year.
Yeah, give me 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna put this on you, Dapper, but I went through this exact situation with my grandma not too long ago. This is a little.
Sorry.
I'm not. No, you're fine. It's just bringing up memories, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're bad for you, but I'm just like, ugh, tough to deal with. But yeah, Timmy's gonna probably react the exact same way that I did when I heard that news, and the paleness in his face and the clamminess of his hands and not really being able to speak, and probably do exactly what I do, start joking and then immediately start bawling his eyes out, because that's how I'd react. Is I'd make a joke and I'd laugh and then I'd cry.
That's all fair. Well, we're gonna cut away from Timmy for now while he is trying to process that. We're going to cut away back to the monitoring station, where I'm going to presume everyone else is, except for David, who is on. We're going to go with David has heard some news about his missing sister, so he's off investigating that. But Claire, Orion, and Gary are at the monitoring station, and you don't know the news that Timmy has just got. So, you guys have anything that you're working on there?
Not to just dramatically change the tone, but I'm looking for a pet spectacled bear.
Mm-hmm. Well, it turns out that they're not generally available at pet shops.
No, I know, but I know they're in the wood. They're in the jungle.
They are in the jungle, although you're
And-
considerably farther north than they typically live.
Listen, I'm using the resources of the monitoring station to look for spectacled bear sightings because I want a pet one.
That's fair. Orion, what are you up to?
Orion is reading Wikipedia, learning about how things on Earth work.
Okay.
Can we
And
be showing
so he's
Orion?
he's in a Wikipedia. I don't know what you call it, spiral or whatever. He's just going link to link to link.
He's fallen down the Wikipedia rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole, yeah, that's it.
Can we be showing Orion reality shows?
Look, Orion has like that little book that Cap had in Civil War, except like he's got one dedicated page for each one of the team members. What everybody, so like Timmy has probably told him, oh, you need to check out like Dragon Ball Z and Attack on Titan and like all these cool anime and stuff.
Got
And
a list he's working through.
Oh, Claire fully has him watching The Bachelor with.
Nice.
Which he is enjoying.
Yeah, they didn't have reality TV like this back on RAFCON.
Oh,
Gary's just like pointing out.
Ryan
the different
didn't
planets,
watch
like,
much
oh,
television.
look at that! Whoa, that's exotic. That doesn't belong there. Oh,
Also,
wow.
I now have a
dress.
baby in my arm, so if you hear some noise,
Aha, it's the baby.
There's the baby.
Oop the baby Snoop for me, please. I know it doesn't really have. They don't. The baby doesn't really have a Snoop, but.
How about I blow raspberries on her tongue?
There you
That
go.
works.
Babies like
She's
that
trying
stuff.
to learn how to blow raspberries.
Aw.
Is it a small civilized ape or a small barbarian ape?
Aw, it's a baby.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
hungry.
while you guys are looking into that, Zelkar forms in his little holographic tube. It says, "Rangers, we've received a signal from what might be a grid crystal. I need you to investigate."
Is it
sure.
anywhere near? And I hold up a map where I'm plotting bear sightings. Any of these locations?
Yes.
Ooh. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Okay.
Is Timmy here? I'm not detecting him here. So let's call his communicator. Timmy.
I think he had a personal thing. I don't remember.
Timmy, you get a beep on your communicator.
I'm sure it's been like at least like 30 minutes since like Timmy's not actively crying with his dad. He's like sitting out in the waiting room when the beeper goes off. So he just sneaks off, back by the vending machines. And what's going on? I'm a little busy right now, guys.
We've detected a grid crystal signature. Is it possible for you to teleport there?
Does it have to be now?
Well, it needs to be soon. Once we
give
detect
me-
it, then Lord Claw will certainly be detecting it soon.
I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 tops.
All right. We'll delay until you get here.
Timmy's gonna rush. His dad's probably, working on some other wing of the hospital, and he's gonna rush to find him. Pop in, and then I'm sure he's got like a point at his phone and just be like, "Gotta go," and his dad'll probably roll his eyes, and of course he does, and Timmy runs off and teleports as soon as he can.
Okay. Well, guys, Timmy appears in a little flash of white light onto the teleportation pad. Is there anything you want to say to the team before you guys get going, or you want to keep most of that to yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Claire if she's found a bear yet.
Okay.
No, I haven't found a bear yet, but where we're going is close to one. Maybe would you help me?
Look, I know you've been texting me for like the last 3 days, but I haven't really left California that much, so I haven't really got the chance to look. So why don't we go out and find the grid crystal, and then we can spend the rest of the day looking for speckled bear.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
I like the idea that Timmy calls it a spectacled bear.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he firmly believes that we're going to find a bear with glasses.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was me talking.
I figured. I could tell.
No, that was her talking to Timmy. Yeah, a bear with glasses. You're so smart.
All right, so
A bear with glasses? How silly. Yeah.
So unless anyone is refusing, you guys are gonna, I assume, get on the teleportation pad and head out.
Yeah.
Have we heard from? Didn't you say that David is also not there?
I'm going to assume that David is actively pursuing leads, and therefore.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, David is the one that's not. Yeah, the person that's not here today. Okay, got. Sorry, forgot we didn't have a full party.
Yep.
Yeah. David told us to not call unless the monitoring station was actually on fire or under attack by aliens.
On fire isn't entirely outside the realm of possibility.
That's true. You could set the place on fire if you wanted to. I would suggest
I
not.
have left my laptop on top of the blankets before.
I unplugged it though.
Thank you.
I like that while we're discussing a fire, a baboon walks, or whatever the monkeys are, walks in
Southern
the back.
Mariki.
The Southern Mariki.
One of the Mariki walks in the background holding just a flaming computer, hears us talking about not burning the place down, and just exits the frame slowly.
There's a team of Southern Marikis that just like goes through and does safety checks once we're asleep.
Well, that wasn't mine. Anybody else have a computer?
Oh, that might have been mine.
Oh no.
Not again. Jeez.
All right. Well, I'm going to assume you guys teleport in. And when you teleport in, I would like everyone to make an alertness check.
I knew it.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the alertnesses and smarts?
Oh, everybody's doing really
Okay.
badly.
Yeah.
Come on, Timmy.
Oh, go me.
Okay.
Man,
We're we are a little too lax.
Okay,
Timmy's got a lot on
am.
his mind, to be fair, and Claire is just looking for a bear.
I'm just looking for a bear. That is all that is on my mind.
Well, no one sees anything except for trees and ferns and whatnot.
What I see rare ferns. I'm just too busy paying attention to the ferns. Nothing
Yeah,
else.
you're only seeing the ferns.
You just read the Wikipedia article about that specific species like 20 minutes ago, and it's crazy.
No, I read a technical paper. That's what I read. I'm the average paleo artist. All ferns,
Yeah.
nothing else.
All ferns.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh, no, I do have them. I was gonna say I don't think I have my dice handy, but no, I do. Actually, I just got some new dice from my Amazon wishlist. Someone got me the Star Trek Adventures RPG Klingon themed dice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dapper, it's a sign. You got to run that campaign.
I know, right?
I missed out on a deal on Facebook Marketplace. There were 2 whole Crown Royal bags filled to the brim with just different dice for $10. And
Wow.
by the time I messaged the guy, it wasn't available anymore.
Oh.
Really made me sad. Yeah.
Hey, Claire, what's your evasion?
What's my evasion? Hold on. Sorry, there's a baby with her hand in my mouth. My evasion is 15.
Okay. So Gary, what's yours?
17.
All right. Timmy?
Evasion is 16.
And Orion?
14.
All right. Everyone but Gary gets stuck by a tiny needle flying out of the air from behind the trees.
What's Flonk?
And one whizzes past Gary's face, missing him. And everyone but Gary is now feeling very, very woozy.
Whoa.
I was just looking at the ferns. What just happened?
Hey Gary, why are you wavy?
Why are there two of you?
Not.
Whoa,
A number of men
two of everything.
step out from behind trees. Most of them are not very fully dressed. Some of them have t-shirts, some of them have shorts. They all mostly only have about one article of clothing. And they're all carrying blow dart guns.
Hello.
Sorry. We got full Donald Duck in it? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, in some cases. You're deep into the Amazon right now, and you're encountering groups of people whose encounter with the modern world is basically every once in a great while they take a canoe trip several miles to visit a place where they can buy the occasional t-shirt in exchange for, like, fish. They don't use money. Yeah, we're talking about, like, people for whom, like, Coca-Cola is an exotic delicacy.
Okay.
And for whom, like, shoes are just, why even bother? That's way too much effort.
Quick, Claire, offer him a juice box.
Yeah, no, I pull out a juice box for myself because I feel woozy and I'm trying to get my blood sugar back up.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I
Claire, can I
assume
have a
that's
juice
what's
box?
wrong. Yeah, I hand out juice boxes.
They're not taking them, but one of them steps forward, and who speaks Portuguese?
Ooh, I do.
Yeah, okay, but you're also drugged.
Fair. I still speak Portuguese.
Does anyone
I'll
else?
just-
I speak classical Greek.
Oh, well, this guy doesn't know any of that. So is Claire lit? Hold on. For a game where we started in Brazil, and that's where the location of the headquarters is Claire the only player who took Portuguese?
Well, Timmy's a kid from Southern California.
I know.
Orion knows Ravconian and somehow English.
All right, well, Claire, you're going to have to try to muddle through this while under the effects of some pretty significant sedation that's just been directly injected into you via poison dart.
What would be a good roll to make to see how with it I am right now?
That is a great question. Let me take a look at what skill I think is most appropriate.
Yeah,
Where do I even find the language I speak on my characters?
It's probably on the front page, because there's no spot for it on the actual character sheet. Like, if you look at your bio.
Oh yeah.
You know what? We're actually going to go with... I'll give you a brawn test.
Okay. I have nothing in bronze, so this is going to go poorly.
Yeah, probably.
Can she get edged because she drank a juice box before?
No.
I can imagine that the Portuguese is going to be very slurred.
Okay,
Listen.
yeah, so you're having trouble figuring things out, but this guy does say, "Who are you?" in very it's already broken and heavily accented Portuguese, so you're struggling with this.
And I just say, like, in slurred Portuguese, like, we're the Power Ranger. Would you like a juice box?
I'm sorry, did you morph before you guys went? Because no one said
No.
that. Okay.
I did not morph.
Okay. We're just breaking a Power Rangers rule.
Yep,
Yeah,
sure am. I'm
like a little opioited.
Okay. Well, he says, "What's a Power Ranger?"
Morphin powered red. Morphin.
Timmy hears the word morphin and is gonna shout it's morphin time.
You morph? Timmy?
That's a Power Ranger.
Wait, hold on. Does Timmy actually morph?
I don't see it. He's drugged right now and he heard morphin, so it's morphin time.
Okay, but I need an answer to the question.
Yes.
Do you morph? Okay. All right, so Timmy morphs, and all the men stand back, and some of them draw little knives that look like they are actually like bits of wood with piranha teeth glued into all the edges, which looks pretty horrifying if you were to be attacked with it.
Okay, so Gary's kind of like waving his hands, like just kind of like, no, it's fine. But he's also pretty impressed by those piranha teeth daggers.
Timmy's gonna fall backwards on his butt.
Okay. So the one who's been speaking says, "Why are you by our village?" Claire?
Sorry, I'm back. I was putting the baby down.
Oh, the one who was speaking asks you why you're by their village.
This shiny crystal thingy. Looking for it.
He looks around at the others, and they speak some language that none of you even recognize. Because remember, the Amazon is a place where you can find languages that have speakers that number in like the 200s. Yeah. So, I did just plop you into one of the most linguistically diverse and least well-documented areas of the entire world. You're welcome.
Thank you.
At
Huzzah.
least you're not on North Sentinel Island.
And you drugged us.
Yes, I drugged everyone but
Yeah.
Gary.
You did also drug us, yeah.
Yeah, I
feel like I've had some Ravcon ale.
Gary avoided fight instinct. He was busy looking at the ferns.
And yet somehow he's the only one whom I missed. Because you guys were completely unaware, I took advantage on, or edge, I suppose, on all of those checks. So,
Yeah, because we
That's
were
fair.
unaware, yeah.
mhm.
I was the least aware I could possibly be.
Hey
But
man,
you were like bent over.
okay, but one of my d20s was like a 2, and the other one was like a 5. So like, you know,
I think the one that shot that dart is gonna be sacked.
right? So he motions and says, "Follow me." And so the guys surround you, and they still have their rather menacing looking piranha tooth daggers, and they seem set on you following him.
Gary, can you help me up?
Yeah, Gary goes picks up Timmy. Here, I got you, buddy.
Gary.
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 Oh no, it's just like college.
Gary.
Just like community college.
Well, you guys are taken to a small village composed of a number of... It's not quite clear if hut is the right word. It might be more of a lean-to, because they tend not to really have walls, but they have a frame made out of wood, and then they have thatch roofing. But there's
the
not
thatch made
like... the thatch?
Yeah.
Looks like it's mostly made up of stripped bits of grass and leaves that have been dried out.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. And so, like... Is it? Are they huts? Are they lean-tos? They're a little bit in between, because
That's not quite Marinho Island level of cool housing, though.
But there are people wandering around, men, women, children, all doing various tasks. Some of which you know what they are. Others of them, they seem to be like weaving or crafting things that you aren't entirely sure what they are. There's people cooking, and so you're brought to the center, where there's a group of older people, and some of them look up, and one of the older women gets up and says, in Portuguese, "Oh, we've got visitors. We don't much care for visitors here. We usually go and seek out contact with the outside world." Her Portuguese is actually not too bad if it's a little bit old-fashioned.
Oh, sorry. Can I be more coherent with her?
Yeah, at this point you can have sobered up a little bit if you'd like.
Okay, I would like to have sobered up a little bit. And speak with her and say, "Yes, hi, sorry. Those blow darts pack a punch. Um, we're here looking for like a crystal shard. And some dangerous people will also come looking for it soon if we can't get it out of here. Have you seen anything like that?
I haven't, but who sent you?
Uh,
That guy already
Jesus.
a bag.
Jesus?
Jesus is
Yeah.
not a good answer. This is the indigenous community. That's not a good answer.
Well, if it helps, I'm going to go ahead and say that Claire said Jesus in English, and that does not translate well.
Okay, guys, who sent us? Ugh.
Well, Timmy already
Hold on.
morphed. So that cat's kind of out of the bag. Fortunately, we're in an isolated community who probably won't spread the news if we ask them nicely.
Listen,
Probably.
yeah, jeez, it's a really big secret. We're sent by the good guys. We were sent by the good guys. That's what I say in Portuguese.
Everyone thinks they're the good guys, and then some of them come by, and I don't know, like, behead your cousin.
That's not a thing I want to do.
Say that
Yeah, but you did
Just-
also just show up inside our hunting grounds without even coming by the river, which means, as far as we're concerned, you snuck in here.
Huh.
We have a dock, and she points over towards the river, where you actually do see a little bit of
Would you
like wooden
believe-
planks sticking out into the river, and there's some canoes lashed to it
Would you believe we walked?
through the jungle.
Yep. Didn't know these were your hunting grounds. Super sorry about that.
She looks at you very skeptically and says, "You don't look like you live in the jungle.
Didn't say I lived here.
You don't look like
Just
the
saying.
kind who could walk through the jungle this far from any of your type's settlements without getting eaten or poisoned or..."
I'm a biologist researcher doing research.
And you didn't contact anyone to see who lived around here?
Just the bears.
Just the bears?
Yep, the spectacled bears. That's all I'm concerned with.
Despite
And-
Gary not being able to understand this, can he at least get the gist that this isn't going well?
Yes, you can definitely get the gist. This is not going super well. And then she motions over towards Timmy and says, "And the Jaguar man?"
Your guess is as good as mine.
So
sure
he's
don't know
not-
how he did that.
He's not with you then?
No, he's with us. I just don't know how he did that.
Oh.
It's a surprise to me as well.
And then the guy who first found you guys says something, once again, in the language that you don't understand. And she says, "I'm told that you're Power Rangers."
What? That's not a thing I said, because that would have been a real big secret.
Oh, so you are Power Rangers and it is a secret.
What?
What I just tell them?
Claire's
This ain't
very-
going nowhere.
And solely because this will hide her face, Claire morphs. It's morphin' time!
Everyone in the village gets up and notices this, and everyone who has, whether it be a bow or a blowgun or anything like that, they all grab them. And suddenly, there's a whole village full of people who are very wary about this.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
fair.
the visitors do come to the village, but usually they come by boat because you guys are miles and miles of, just straight up Amazon jungle away from the next nearest village.
Yeah.
So, you're in a village where their metal tools primarily come from the occasional can of Coca-Cola that people buy. Again, not with money.
Do I have a can of Coca-Cola in my fanny pack?
If you spend a story point, you sure as heck do.
I got a can of Coca-Cola in my fanny pack.
There you
I'd like
go.
to say, I hand it to her, and I'd like to say it still in Portuguese. I'm sorry, that blow dart really messed with my head, and we're not supposed to tell people about the ranger part, but that cat's sort of out of the bag.
Well, she definitely does not understand the idiom of the cat being out of the bag, and says, "You mean him?" And she points to Timmy.
Yeah.
Kinda.
You keep him in a
Exactly.
bag?
No, sorry. That's a metaphor for the secret has already been told. And we can all transform like that. We're here to protect the whole planet, right? From real bad guys. Aliens? Have you heard of aliens? I do not know your context.
Like foreigners? We beat lots of foreigners.
No, like people from the stars.
She looks at you like you might have like 3 heads all of a sudden. It's like, that doesn't sound like a thing.
Orion. I say to Orion, how much of an alien does Orion look?
Usually he keeps his antennae retracted, but he can at will extend them.
Orion, can you extend your antennae?
Yeah, and then Orion steps up and he takes his hat off. If he's wearing a hat, I don't remember. And he lifts his antenna up.
Like this guy.
Oh,
Except we like him.
And then he says hello, but in Ravkonian.
what did he say?
He said
Hello.
hello.
Wait,
But in
Claire, do you know
Ravkonian.
Ravkonian?
I don't know Rathconian.
Then
but
you don't know what he said.
if
I taught
we've
her
been watching
hello.
The Bachelor
taught her how
Oh,
to say hello.
together.
okay, yeah, you can have learned the
And
word
I
for hello.
picked up like hello, yes, no.
Sure, we'll allow
What
that.
words are there?
Yeah. He just said hello. So there's lots of people from the stars. We like him. He's with us. But there's some really powerful folks looking for these crystal shards that like to just kill humans. And so we would love to get that crystal shard out of your vicinity as soon as possible and just leave you guys alone. That's what I want to do in this situation.
Okay. Make a persuasion check, and I think you've done a reasonably good job, so I'm going to let you take edge on that one, because, one, you bribed the village with a can of Coke, which not only provides them a sweet, sugary, delicious beverage, but also additional tin, which they use to do things like make fishing hooks.
There you go.
Can it be like a tall boy of Coke so like everyone gets a good drink out of it?
Is that even a thing?
Yeah, they come in like the bigger, taller
Yeah.
cans.
All right,
Oh
sure.
my gosh! That's
Are
an
those like
8.
the
Wait,
light
did you take
bulbs?
edge?
I took Edge. That's with Edge.
Wow.
Yikes, yeah.
And I can't really help you because none of us speak Portuguese.
No,
Yeah, to the rest of the team, I'm just like, you guys, I'm so bad at lying.
I was
Well-
gonna say this is Timmy's like expertise special area, but he has no idea what you guys are saying.
Can I translate for Timmy?
You can try.
And then I'm like, I'm sorry, Timmy. And then Timmy, you talk to her, and I'll translate.
All right. Yeah, Timmy has been like in the corner shaking off the dart while most of this has gone on, and he sees Claire getting more and more frustrated, and he's like, okay. Oh, so we are heroes, and right now there's a big villain coming, and if we don't get this crystal away from here now, bad things are gonna happen. Very bad things. I don't know if you've ever heard of Paris, but some people had, and now there's a big crater in the middle of it.
By the way,
Might have been to do with us.
she has
might
not
have
heard of Paris. This
Gary has kind of like
you're remote to the
big
point.
town.
You're remote to the point where the idea that this is Brazil is only technically true.
Yeah, we're like they. Okay.
Like Brazil has control over this airspace, but like they don't send law enforcement here.
Right. But basically, Timmy's gonna try to get across the point that, urgency. Like, we need to find this crystal and get it away from here to protect your children, the vulnerable, the elderly, and we don't want your warriors to be caught up in a fight that is rightfully ours.
Roll a persuasion check. You're not getting edge because of both being drugged and Claire being drugged and translation and the fact that Claire already sort of, I'll say, biffed her roll.
Yeah, I did a real bad job.
Yeah.
Why is that not? Okay. I swear, I only have a D2 to persuasion? What?
I
Thought
guess.
I had a-
Next time you have a
Thought I-
social increase, you can always up it. Oof.
Wow.
You did worse than me.
Wow,
I rolled a 2.
Have we haven't rolled a single successful roll.
I don't
No,
think
it's
we've
all-
rolled above a 10.
Yeah, it's all red. All red. Very, very bad.
We don't even have a Red Ranger.
It's true. All right. Well, she says, "Sorry. We're gonna have to tie you to some trees while we figure out what to do with you.
No.
But if you can take
Gary-
off those helmets, we'll give you some stew.
No.
Can Gary bargain?
Yeah.
Can Gary bargain for their freedom?
Nah.
We've
Um,
already.
I have a question, Dapper.
Mm-hmm.
Would I think that in morphed form, could the darts hit us?
They could.
They can still. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it harder? What's my evasion? No, my evasion's the same.
Yeah.
Boo. Okay.
Yeah.
It was my willpower. but Okay. What if you don't tie us up, but we agree we sit very still, surround and guarded,
And what?
and guarded with guards on us?
Oh,
I
no,
would
we'll
like-
just tie you to some trees also with guards, but also soup.
Can I have my hands free so I can eat the soup?
No.
Is somebody gonna feed me the soup?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, take your helmets
You
off.
just cut to being fed soup.
Well, yeah. We'll cut to being fed soup. Now, do keep in mind, a number of you have bladed power weapons that can just appear. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not actually very stuck, but they don't know that.
Right. And I don't want to,
Sorry.
because then they might attack, and
Mm-hmm.
Timmy doesn't want to hurt these people.
Okay, well, you are fed some paku stew, which seems to have some various herbs that you don't really recognize in it, and it's very bland because they don't have easy access to salt, so they're not actually adding salt to anything. But it is fairly filling, though.
But
Can
Claire-
I pull some salt packets
Hold
out
on,
of my
hold
fanny
on.
pack as gifts?
I mean, if you want to spend another story point, then you can say that there's salt packets in there.
No.
Okay.
Can we have them for free if we only use them for ourselves?
No. No.
Dapper, can we say that Gary has been having some of the local, regional cuisine in Brazil and like Amazon spices, quote unquote?
I mean,
thus
kind
far,
of, but like you've
because
been
he wants
sticking
to.
in like the quote unquote civilized areas. So when you're getting these spices, I mean you're not getting
Herbs.
what like Amazonian tribe folk are eating. You might be getting some of the same proteins, but like it's being mixed in with things like tomatoes and like modern corn and things like that.
Right,
Fair
and
enough.
they also don't have like the super spicy lab grown, California Reaper.
Yeah,
or
no
whatever.
ghost peppers or California Reapers or anything like that.
So it's
Regular
like,
old, fairly wild type peppers are in the soup, though, which do have some heat, just not like if you're a pepperhead, then it doesn't count.
it's like it's.
Oh,
I don't
sorry.
even think it's as spicy as like your modern day jalapeno. Like maybe I don't know.
Maybe some of the peppers approach it, but yeah.
I have to say, I've been in not Brazil, but Mexico, and some of the wild growing peppers there are intense. Just saying.
Well, anyway, the point of this scene is not so much an in-depth analysis of the cuisine.
Oh, but that's what we're going to talk about, Dapper. I would like to know absolutely every single ingredient.
Oh,
At least tell me what the protein is.
I did. It's pacu.
Oh,
What's
okay.
pacu?
Pacu are relatives of the piranhas, but rather than having sharp, horrible piranha teeth, they have horrible, blunt, human-looking teeth that they use to crack nuts that fall into the water.
Well, that's awful.
Wonderful.
So it's a fish stick.
Yeah, it's a fish stew.
I think it's delicious.
Also, pacu are what Karl Baugh pretended were piranhas when he grew them in a hyperbaric tank, and then pretended that their larger size was an indication that hyperbaric pressures are good for fish growth, when in fact they were just normal pacu size, and he was lying about what fish they were.
Ooh.
Him a
Amazing.
liar? I would never have guessed.
I know, a young Earth creationist being dishonest about his experiment? Unbelievable.
Never.
Gary's just kind of sitting here like, I do think I like this kind of environment more than Misery.
Steve Areno says, please tell audience how to make the soup. First get some pacu, add some wild grains to the soup, and then add some various herbs and spices that you can find growing around, and then boil it for a really long time.
Okay, to cover our legal bases, do not eat random leafy greens you find on the ground.
Oh yeah, no, definitely check to see that they're edible.
Please get a foraging guide, and if you
should
have
write this
any
down.
questions while foraging, no. If you can't immediately identify it, no.
Yeah, no.
I would like to just point out that Claire is apologizing profusely to everyone for an uncomfortable amount of time for this whole conversation.
The guy who first talked to you comes back and he says, look, only me and my mom speak much Portuguese in the village. Because we've been the traders. And look, what we're probably going to do is just put you on a boat tomorrow, bring you to the next village that has Portuguese people in it, or well, it's a little bit far away. But we'll get you to some place where you can get back to where people speak Portuguese, and you'll be fine.
I try to tell them that, I appreciate your concern, but we can get out of here ourselves. Our genuine concern is...
You make good rope.
No, I mean, we got here without a boat. We can leave without a boat.
Right, I'm not saying you can't leave without a boat. I don't know that you will leave without us getting you on the boat.
Okay.
Just, have you seen a creepy shiny crystal that's blue and maybe appeared in the...
Nope.
You sure?
I
Something
probably
I
would
do-
remember.
I just found this out on Google that apparently Portuguese and Spanish have a lexical similarity of almost 90%.
It's true. If
Yes.
you speak
Well,
Spanish,
yeah,
you can sometimes get the gist of what's being said in Portuguese.
Yeah, they both have a root in Iberian Latin and
Yes.
Visigothic.
But
So-
Yeah.
Spanish is actually Italian, right?
What?
There's a... So, speaking from the experience of a friend of mine, native, he could always understand someone who was speaking Italian.
Oh,
right, when
okay. Got it.
But he couldn't understand someone who was speaking Portuguese. Portuguese, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
the problem with Portuguese is that it has a lot of phonetic drift. So even when you have very close cognates, they sound pretty different in Portuguese.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like what the ancestors of the modern Portuguese were influenced by the Andalusians, the Arabs, as well as Germanic tribes that had migrated.
So in
So,
conclusion, Timmy can
Language.
understand
Ryan knows none of this.
a little bit
Yeah.
of what's going on, but not well enough that he can really understand the broken, heavily accented Portuguese.
I
Because
believe that
remember, these people are not native Portuguese speakers. These are people who are
Yeah.
like knowing enough Portuguese to go and trade their various like things that they hunt and
Yeah.
fish for to get things like the occasional T-shirt or, like I said, a can of Coke or maybe an actual steelfish hook.
I would like to point that, like, anytime somebody's talking, though, I am translating for everyone
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Gary just kind of looks at the rope, like the plant fire's made of. It's like,
guys,
just
real
goes
quick,
there. He's right, it is good name.
We are at intermission time. I'm going to refresh my drink. If anyone needs to take any kind of bio breaks or anything, this will be a great opportunity to do it. We're going to have about 5 minutes because my intermission for this one actually has a timer on it that counts down rather than up like the other one.
Brilliant.
So we're going to take that quick thing. We will be back in just about 5 minutes. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are still having fun. If you are watching this and you haven't hit like, please do. But we are going to come back and say, hey, guy who gave you your soup, who's the one who spoke some Portuguese, after having made sure everyone had some soup, which, like I said, not amazingly tasty, but very filling, very hearty. He wanders off. And now you are a bit outside the village, and you are tied up. And I'll give you a little bit to, if you want to do any RP about that situation before the next big thing happens. And if no one has anything that they want to, in particular, do or say, then just let me know about that, and we will continue on with the next event.
Listen, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not good at lying, and I'm not good at people, and I don't know why I took charge. And she starts crying.
I think it's because you're the only one who can speak Portuguese. It's completely understandable, though.
You were all,
I
most
mean,
of us were
lying stopped being
dazed a bit from the blow darts too. Can't hold that against yourself.
Yeah, that didn't help. And again, just crying.
I mean, lying stopped being viable when Timmy morphed, because again, you all were I am the Amazonian equivalent of opiates. I don't blame you for making mistakes. Happens. Just have to hope they don't say anything to anybody.
Timmy is going to attempt to at least get his phone out of his pocket. I'm not trying anything like special. I'm just trying to get my phone into. That's a good question. Have I?
Because you didn't
They
say
asked
you
us to
did.
take the helmets off.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's not unmorphing. As far as I can tell,
Yeah.
you don't have access to your pockets.
I guess if I'm more.
Plus, you definitely don't have service out here.
Yeah.
Well,
Guaranteed no service. This is like a
Like-
horror movie.
This is titularly Brazil, but really, is it though?
It's really not in any way that means anything.
They're trying.
I was more checking for like the
Actually,
time to
technically,
see how long
up until
it's
this
been.
point, you guys are living out the first few scenes of Green Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yay, Claire
Yay.
recognizes that one. I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
No, Claire in her tears is, Zordon's gonna be mad at me.
It's the first scenes of one of the Far Cry games too.
Well, from in the village, you start to hear some kind of commotion, and someone screams.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a rise to action moment. Timmy's gonna. I got my claws. Why not?
Okay. Summon the power claws.
Claws out. Yeah, summoning my power claws, ripping up my bindings, and running towards the sound of screaming.
Take a mic check.
You rip off our bindings too?
Well, first, before he actually does anything else, let's take that might check, because if he does poorly enough, maybe he doesn't even manage to get the ropes off.
Can Gary also roll an alertness check
Can it?
to like see if he can hear any particular sounds, like, I don't know, mantoids?
Sure.
Come on.
Timmy, let's take that mic check.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a million tabs open.
Okay. Doing high IQ research there?
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh.
How do you not have any points in might?
Cause I have points in finesse, I have points in acrobatics, I have points in all types of speed stuff and social stuff, but you ask for smarts and strength.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You do have the option to spend a story point to re-roll that 1 on a d20.
Yeah.
Do it.
I may as well, yeah. I'll spend a story point. Oh, that's not personal power, it's story point. That's different.
You guys are now down to 3.
3.
Oh my
God!
Wait, hold on. You rolled a 2 and a 20. So we're taking the first roll because we always do that. You probably should have just rolled a slash, 1d20.
It's automatic snag because I don't have anything in the skill, right?
Right, but instead of you can only roll one d20. You can't actually just re-roll the entire skill check. So actually, I don't know which one you rolled first. So actually, yeah, just do a slash roll 1d20 because I don't know if the 2 or the 20 is the one that I should be taking. So for future reference, well, that doesn't help a whole lot. But for future reference, guys, if you guys decide to re-roll a d20, don't retake the check. Just roll a d20. And we'll replace your d20 roll with that roll. All right. So Timmy has failed to get out of this. He can't quite get his claws angled right to slice through the ropes. Anyone else want to give it a go?
Can I try, like, instead of going the power route of it, try and finesse my way out?
Sure, why don't you take a finesse check?
Wow, a number above 10.
It is a number above 10, however, it's insufficient. The knots are too well tied and too tight.
Damn, this is a good rope.
The other person who has a decent edged weapon is Orion. Orion, would you like to summon your Serpent Spear and see if you can...
I will summon my Serpent Spear, and I don't know which one you want me to roll.
Might.
Might. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right.
From
An
There
actual
we go.
roll.
Orion manages to slice through the rope with the point of his spear. Would you like to do anything else? Like maybe, I don't know, free the others?
Yeah, I'm gonna untie everyone else. I'm gonna cut everyone's ropes as fast as possible.
All right.
Fastest I've ever moved in my life.
All right. Well, now you guys are all out. What's the plan?
We should probably go investigate what that scream was about.
Yeah, I want to run towards the
If I'm a
screen.
betting man, I'm saying mantoids.
Okay. Well, in fact, there are a few mantoids in the village. There are also a few that are on the ground, having apparently been defeated by the villagers.
Nice.
Neat.
Are there any villagers who look injured?
Yeah, there are.
Are there more than 4?
Give me a second. Let me roll a number. Yes,
Okay.
there are.
Okay. I would like. So, I mean, I'm assuming we're going to get into turn order soon, but I want to put on my helmet, get
Well,
my.
There's only a few mantoids, and they can't see you, so I'll give you guys each a free range attack if you want it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just. If any like villager looks like they are close to death, right? Like injured, like severely injured, I want to pop. I've got 4 heals I want to give them.
Okay.
To villagers.
Why don't you take an alertness check to see if you can tell what the status is of the various villagers that are within line of sight of you.
Okay. Could I make an argument for that being survival?
Sure. Give me the argument.
So this isn't so much a like noticing, right? Like there's yes, there are people in front of me with blood on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I really want to know is like not just like yes, you have blood, but like oh, okay, that's not your blood. That is this person's blood. That's the person who's really like this is investigation, not perception.
What if I give you science instead of alertness?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, I can do that one because what you're describing is pretty close to medicine, which is one of the things that science covers.
Okay, check. Oh,
yep. I'm a flexible GM. If you give me a pretty good argument, I'll let you take an alternate skill check.
Yes, you are truly benevolent and kind.
I mean, if I were benevolent and kind, I wouldn't have started the episode the way I did. Awesome.
Hey, look at my 8.
An 8.
Mm.
I don't know
Let me
why
go.
you guys are cursed today, but
I'm cursed. Look, I haven't rolled above. I think a 5 on my d20 is the highest I've rolled on a d20 today.
So
Daddy, we're all cursed.
you attempt to assess the situation for triage and are unable to successfully figure out what order people should be treated in a triage situation.
Okay, so then I get mad and pull out my blaster. shot.
All right. Why doesn't everyone take a
So
targeting
anyway, we
check
started
against exactly against the mantoid's evasion? There are 3
Uh,
mantoids, which means
Take
if
your. They should get a +1 from me.
yes, Claire provides you guys with a +1 upshift on your targeting checks because, like, as you get
Gary's
in.
gonna morph, by the way.
Oh yeah. That's only on your jungle blasters though. So Gary, if you decide to use your bow, you do not get the +1 upshift on that.
I'll be using the blaster.
There's a 24.
All right. There's a 12, which is just enough.
Yay.
And it's a critical success, although
Boop.
it doesn't matter much. All right. Well, you guys managed to overkill one of them and then get rid of the other 2. And then that's it. The mantoid attack is done, and the villagers turn towards you because, you just shot energy beams into their midst and took out the 3 remaining attackers.
I would like to yell, I told you we're the good guys.
Well, there's a little bit of a cheer from the people who aren't very injured, and the man and the woman who speak some Portuguese come up, and the woman says, "I'm sorry. I guess you were telling the truth the whole time."
I tell her to I can do some cool healing stuff. Who's the most injured?
We haven't assessed yet. We still need to take everyone who's injured and take a look at how bad everyone is.
Okay.
But thank you.
Now that I have a minute, that's what I want to focus my attention on.
Okay. Also, in terms of like not in combat and things, you can take science checks to provide like first aid without using up your personal power if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah.
So
okay. I can do that. Okay.
yeah,
I would like to be doing that.
Yeah. So like regular old checks for science to do things like, wrap bandages around people and, things like that. You don't have to spend your personal power, and it might not directly give them like a +1 to their hit point pool, but we're also it'll do things like set bones for faster healing in the future, or staunch bleeding so that they're not going to bleed out or something, right?
Yeah.
And no one is currently in immediate danger of death.
Okay.
So yeah. At least not that you can tell. I mean, you are in the jungle. It's not exactly the most sanitary place. So,
Yeah.
But these are people who aren't idiots, right? They have strips of cloth that they can use as bandages, and they know how to boil water to keep those clean, because while they're still basically using like Stone Age technology, but also, I mean, they talk to people. They get advice on things like medicine from, people who visit from various government agencies and whatnot. So they're in a weird place where in some ways their lifestyle is still the way that it was in like, the Mesolithic, but in other ways they have like a rudimentary understanding of like germ theory. So like, it's a sort of a weird situation that they're in.
Yeah. I'm also mad at myself because I realized that the last perk I took was Keen Eye, which gives me edge on all alertness.
Oh, you forgot to use it.
It's like me forgetting to use the fast perk at all last session.
Yep.
Hey man, look, it happens to every role player that you forget there's a new thing on your character sheet, and then later on you're like, oh yeah, I should have used it.
Oh yeah,
that would have been so useful.
Well, we're talking about that. I have the caretaker perk, and if I lend assistance to you, you get edge on your medicine check.
Okay. Well, Claire, why don't you take a science medicine check? Now, I'm pretty sure you don't have a specialization in medicine, so I don't think it matters.
No.
But yeah, take an edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take an edge roll on that because
on science.
Of the. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to be snooty of Dapper. It's probably more Neolithic tech though.
I mean,
Mesolithic primarily applies to Europe.
That's a 16, but it's also a critical success because of the 4 on my die.
I do see that.
Nice.
All right. You are actually able to very effectively patch everyone up. I don't think anyone's going to die. There are a few people who might need to take up to a couple weeks to recover from things like, breaks and whatnot. There's some pretty serious lacerations, but you got them bandaged up.
I hand out the jar of ibuprofen from my fanny pack and gift
Sure.
that.
Can Gary like observe what plants they're using for like what their like own medicine?
Yeah, sure. Take a science check, and do you have a specialization with botany?
Well, per my student perk, I think. Yes.
What's the read the student perk for me, or link it in the chat.
When attempting to recall facts or performing a task in relation to this subject, you gain an edge on your skill check.
Yeah, then yeah, you can
and,
you can gain
it's
edge
fine.
on the science roll to identify the various plants.
Also, I need everyone to know that I just got the biggest smile out of Hannah because I showed her a
Aw.
mirror.
Aw.
Mm.
Nice.
Aw.
All right.
Nice.
With the 14, you recognize some of the plants to like the generic level, but you're not able to quite pin down the species because these are already in like dried and then like turn into paste poultices and things like that.
Mm. Mm.
So,
Well, I'll have to come back here at another point and
Yeah.
ask about.
but you do recognize that some of them have various properties like they have various like antimicrobial properties that are not exactly like as good as having a purpose-made medical antiseptic, but like they're not doing nothing. This is
Yeah.
stuff that's actually going to promote healing and lessen the chance of serious infection.
Boom.
So, all right, the old woman comes up to Claire and says, "Look, if you're looking for fancy crystals or something, I don't exactly know where that is. I don't know where those things come from. However, the only thing of significance is the temple, which is a few miles north of here. That might be
Okay.
your best bet. That's the only thing I've got for you. Thank you for helping. We will be spending the next few days moving the village a little bit and watching out for any more of those. Do you have any advice for them? Is it just keep punching them?"
Well, hopefully, if we find what we're looking for, they shouldn't attack again. Because
Yeah.
they're after this crystal.
You're both after it, huh? Well, you're the ones who didn't shoot first, so
Yeah, you see, their leader is evil and probably wants to conquer the world. Like, the entire world. Which is...
the Portuguese said that that's what they wanted to do too, but it hasn't mattered much for us. But still, you helped out, so
Dapper, can Claire? Actually, Claire would like to poll the team. Do we have any advice on how to fight them? Because Claire is just going to shrug and be like, "I just hide and shoot from cover."
Yeah, that does work. Shooting is pretty good.
I mean, they're mantoids. They're not that tough, but they also don't have any like huge weaknesses that you guys have noticed. In fact, I'm not even sure if I gave them. They do have a hang up, but you guys haven't really encountered it yet. So
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'll just get like I'll describe to her or her son kind of what we usually do when we fight them.
Okay.
Of like, hey, like I usually hang back, some of us fire from cover, while one or two of our strongest go forward and attack at them with melee. They're not super strong, so if you can afford to just like hide and attack from range, that's probably your best bet for like not getting hurt.
Okay. She shouts some instructions in the language that you guys don't recognize, and various people pick up bows and blowguns, and then a few people pick up not just like the knives that you saw earlier, but like some hefty looking clubs that are studded with like sharpened rocks and piranha teeth. Like,
Nice.
this is the kind of thing that if you hit someone with it, clear out. You're not entirely sure that your first aid skills could cover that kind of an injury.
Yeah,
Like, these
yeah,
are
I think
pretty vicious.
Claire's eyes go wide, and it's just kind of.
And the woman says, "What? Sometimes other villages attack."
Fair enough.
Human nature. Do you guys like grow acai palms for their fruit here? Because I know there are some that do that, and that was very big before Portugal and Spain happened.
Claire, do you know whether or not to correct that to acai?
I bet she does.
Okay, I'll tell you
I
what.
really do. With
Why
the
don't
number
you,
of languages she speaks.
Why don't you take a quick? It's going to be an easy one, but take a quick science check, and if not,
Okay.
you're not going to know to correct that to whatever the Portuguese word for acai is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go with Gary, the botanist, does not know how to pronounce acai.
No, that was my bad, actually. Like, me bad.
That's a 19. That's a 19
Okay,
for
then
knowing the
yeah.
Portuguese acai.
Yeah, okay, so you successfully managed to correct Gary the botanist's mispronunciation.
That was me misremembering how it was pronounced.
We're just going with
A while
it.
back, I watched a video on that. It was actually very interesting.
We're just going with it, though. It's too late.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Gary's had a day.
All right. So, I honestly don't know if there's acai in the area. Tell you what, Gary, if you send me a range map, well, TD, if you later send me a range map for acai in the wild, I'll let you know. But for now, you are directed on how to get towards the temple.
We're going to the temple, Hannah. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
So I'm going to move everyone over, and I realize that I'm not centered on the on-screen map for everybody. Ignore the house that you guys might be able to see. You'll need to scroll down to like the southern portion of this map. It's fairly large. Actually, I think I can bring you there. Yeah, there you go. The house that you can see on screen in the to like the southeast of you, that doesn't exist. However, I found this map and we're using it, and it has a house. Ignore that. But you find yourself in an area that has some sort of twisty trails that are fairly broad, and there's even like clearly this stone bridge is dilapidated, but it looks pretty solid. And you don't know who would have built that, but it exists.
Okay. Oh, that stone bridge. Okay.
Yeah, the stone bridge is directly east of you.
Okay. So the house is not there, so we're just seeing jungle.
Yeah. The house is. By the way, this is from EB. Give a little shout out there. I don't actually know in particular who that person is, but they made a cool map.
I assume it's going to be Big Bad Evil Boy.
That actually is a pretty reasonable assumption there. Yeah.
So the Wikipedia article on this is really bad because it doesn't even mention the indigenous cultivation of it, but it's native to the eastern Amazon.
No,
so I'd probably say yes.
There is nope. You were in the western Amazon.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it does extend like naturally. If I check just the general page for the genus, it does extend over to Venezuela and Colombia.
Then maybe. Ecuador. All right, I would like everyone to once again take a quick alertness check, unless you're better at survival, in which case I will let you take a survival check.
Okay, Dabra, I have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to make 2 alertness checks.
Okay.
1 for spectacled bears.
Okay.
The second one for whatever role you just called.
I will allow your skill roll to work for both of them.
Excellent.
4.
Orion managed a pretty good check.
Yes, I did. Right.
This is just that guns, magic, and steel game all over again.
It's 4s all the way down. It's a total of 11.
All right. So, Maddie, you don't see any spectacled bears currently. However, see, Orion, you notice what look like mantoid tracks in the dirt leading towards the bridge.
Look, mantoid tracks in the dirt leading towards the bridge.
Golly gee, Orion.
Gee willikers.
Golly gee willikers.
We gotta go chase them down.
Yeah.
Zoinks!
So, Yeah, if you guys want to move yourselves up at least to the bridge and see what you guys can see. I did spend some time working on things like, the dynamic lighting for the scene.
This is yeah. I can tell you did some work on this. This looks really good.
Thank you.
I like it.
I can't see it right now, but I also like the Patreon watermark is still there. That's
So
good.
the walls on this are actually pretty high, and they do actually block off your view pretty well. The bridge goes over a stream there was a waterfall. It's like, actually, Claire, if you move up a bit to just give the audience a little view of the waterfall. Yeah, that
Look
waterfall.
at that waterfall.
Yeah, so there's a cliff up there, and you can see that there's like open terrain above it, but you can't actually see past the edge of the cliff. And those guys who are on the bridge, you can tell that as you look east, the path is sort of climbing up. So there's a little turn where it goes up significantly more far to the east. And let me double check, make sure I know what's going on. Yeah, you guys aren't going to notice much until you get basically all the way up to the turn. So you can just put yourselves over there. Yeah, over by where Tim.
Here?
You can go farther than that.
Okay, sorry. Hannah just threw a toy out of her swing.
Ah, that's
Are
what
you
that
all
little-
done with that? Are you all done with that? Would you like this one? Yeah.
She now has a little elephant that rattles.
Yeah, that was my fault.
It's very exciting.
All right. So yeah, you guys are over there, and I'm just. So I actually have two instances of Yep. One is the GM screen, and the other one is a player screen where I can see you guys for broadcast purposes, but I can't actually see anything that you guys can't see. So yeah, this curls up, and I'm just gonna get you guys up to about here, where I want you guys to notice that I use one-way line of sight, so you can see down the cliffs, but not up the cliffs.
Nice.
Very fancy.
Very fancy.
So Timmy, you see another bridge that's over the next level of waterfall. You guys look over the west by northwest. There's another layer of waterfalls, and there's another stone bridge that's going over that. But this one seems to have a hole in the middle. All right, and I would like you guys to hold up, stop there.
Oh, okay.
It is time for more alertness.
Oh wow, it rolled.
It's a whopping 12.
All right, so what we're going to
Yes,
do
ma'am.
is real quick, we're going to roll for initiative, but in the surprise round, Orion and Timmy are not going to get to act because they are not aware of the ambushers.
Okay.
So let me get a initiative check in here after I double check what it is. And of course, I didn't pull out a d4 when I was spilling dice all over.
Oh, I want to do the thing where I give my initiative to
The guy who's not here?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
One.
Yep. Yeah, can't. All right.
Glad that +2 to initiative really is working well.
There's my 5.
Why can't I? There we go. All right. Then we're going to. Okay. Well, the mantoids are going first. Spoilers. There's mantoids that are ambushing. Yeah. One jumps down the cliff right next to Orion and decides to try to swipe at him with its horrible mantis claw of jaggedness thing. And that's plus a d6. So, what is your toughness?
17.
All right, you are taking 1 point of damage because I rolled a 20.
So I don't know how long I've been on the wrong cycle of muting by muting myself when I mean to talk and
Oh.
chewing. And
Oh
I
no.
was chewing, but That
Whoops.
must have been a while because I've been doing that for a while. But yeah,
Oh wait,
I
I
just
should.
assumed you guys were ignoring me as you should. But
No. We just didn't know that you were talking.
no, you're fine.
All right. All right. One is gonna jump down next to Timmy. Timmy, what is your toughness?
My toughness. That is a good question.
It's more than 7, so we're just gonna say that you don't get hit.
Yeah, for sure, more than 7.
All right. One jumps down next to Claire. And
Ooh.
Claire, what is your toughness more than 12?
Stand by. Yes.
Okay, then you're good.
Okay. I would like to scream very high pitched when he appears, but I will save everyone's ears from actually doing that.
Thank you. It is Timmy's turn, but he can't go because he failed.
Hey guys, Mantoids!
And now it is Gary's turn, who can go.
Whoa, Mantoids! I'm gonna shoot him! But I'm gonna aim first.
And take your +1 from me.
Oh, wait, are you using your power bow or your blaster?
Blaster.
Okay, then yeah, you can aim to get a +1 upshift.
I started blasting, but I blasted the forest instead of the Mantoid, apparently.
Yeah, no, you definitely did.
I'm cursed by
Let me double
forest.
check. Was it Claire who passed her other? Yes, Claire also passed her. So Claire, you can go.
Okay, I would like to move.
Okay.
Can I please go this way and like effectively hide in this tree?
The tree is actually like it's only overhanging branches that are up above, like past the cliff. You can't hide in it.
Okay. Are there like some? I see some rocks here. Is there? I'm just looking for something I can kind of duck behind.
The nearest cover is probably over here. Those rocks.
Okay, so I started here. So I've got 25, I think.
To move
5.
out of the square that's threatened, it is going to cost double. So
Okay,
moving anywhere right now is going to be a 10-foot movement.
that's 10, and then okay. So I'll just go. I'll just go here.
Okay.
I'm just out of the way, and I will shoot my blaster at the dude that jumped out and scared the bejesus out of me.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to be targeting with a 1 upshift by my power.
Okay.
Oh, that's an 8.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough.
Okay. Yep.
right.
Nope.
Ryan was also left unawares, so it's now the Mantoid's turn. One of them is going to, the one that's next to him is going to attack again. What's your toughness again, Orion?
17.
All right, that is not a hit. It manages to clang off of your gold breastplate.
Good.
The other one's going to attack Timmy, and it's going to roll a 19.
Yes, sir, that hits.
All right, take a health point off.
1 sec. I'm actually gonna use. Yeah, why not? I'll use Dig Deep. Once per scene, I can ignore 1 damage by taking an automatic snag on all skill tests until the end of my next turn.
Fair enough.
No, I didn't.
All right, and then this Mantoid is going to approach her again, who's fled like a coward. What's your toughness?
It was a
there?
strategic retreat.
What's your toughness though?
You.
I think it's a 15.
Yeah, you're taking a
Yeah.
point of damage. I rolled a 19.
Oh no! Oh no!
Probably good you didn't spend all your personal power.
Yeah.
All right, well that makes it Timmy's turn, and he can act. So
Yeah, but I'm probably not gonna do much because I just did that 1 thing. But
Slap him.
I am going to do what that guy said and smack him with my claws.
okay.
Power claws. Ooh, no change. And then snag on that, right?
Yep, because you used your power there.
Yep.
All right, that is
That's
not
80,
sufficient.
right?
All right, Gary, you are up.
Well, this worked so well last time, so I'm gonna blast them again.
Okay. You taking the 2 up shift, one for aim, one
Yes.
for Claire's targeting blasters?
Yes. That's better.
Well, that is a dead
Yes.
mantoid. I'm gonna put a little. Oh,
You see, I was just a little spooked the first time.
all right. Claire, you are up.
Okay. Sorry, I forget. In this system, is there a disadvantage for using a ranged weapon in melee?
So I looked and I couldn't find one. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no for now. But I'll double check again because I.
Okay. Part of me, do I want to be strategic or do I want to be kind of more true to my character? Let's be more true to my character. For my movement, can I try to climb this?
What are you trying to do?
I would like to climb this tree. Use my movement to climb a tree.
I mean, you'll have to climb down the cliff and then up the tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. Sorry, it looks like I'm in
So,
the
like-
branches.
Yeah, but that's because you're on the ground on the cliff, and if you look at the center of the tree, which is here,
Yeah.
it's below the cliff.
Can I? Okay.
You could try to jump to the tree and catch on.
That seems very stupid. I think I'll just shoot.
Okay,
She
that's
wants
fair.
to get away, but finds her cliff and a mantoid.
You know? Yeah, cliff and a mantoid. Happens to all of us sometimes.
That's the new saying.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stuck between a cliff and a mantoid. So I'll just try to study my and aim 1. So I should get a +2 skill shift. That's a 25.
That's a
Please
dead
and
mantoid.
thank you.
All right.
Yeah, Hannah, that's a dead mantoid. Yeah.
Now, Orion, could you read to me the text of your solo strike ability? I want to make sure that it does or doesn't apply if you decide to attack the mantoid next to you.
Starting at first level, the Green Ranger is skilled at picking a single target and going at it one-on-one. This role perk allows you to make a special kind of melee attack by making only a single attack against an adjacent target, which is also not adjacent to any of your allies.
Mm-hmm.
You may apply the dice shift listed on the table above. Hit or miss, you may not make any other attacks in the round in which you attempted a solo strike.
All right, so you can do a solo strike because it is not adjacent, and I'm going to double check what your
I don't know.
shift is.
Yeah, I don't know what the table. Where the table.
It is a +2 upshift. I like to do that.
Okay, so then what would it still do? Serpent Spear
Mm-hmm. But when it comes to skill shift, you would go to the one that says +2.
+2. I will do that, but this is my only attack for the entire fight. Yeah.
All right, well there you go. You guys managed to get rid of all of the mantoids.
Yes.
Claire, I'm going to manually just.
Oh, no, I was down to I brought myself down to 2 health. I have a max of 3 now.
Oh, why does it say 2 out of 2?
I don't know.
Oh,
So-
But I took toughness, or I took conditioning at a recent level up.
I figured out why. It's because for some reason your token wasn't set to display health where it should be.
Oh,
Yeah, weird. I'll have to make sure I double check with that later. All right, so you guys have managed to get rid of the mantoids.
Along with the theme of things that are on our character sheet that we should use more, apparently I have a med kit that can be used 10 times to heal 1 damage.
Well, it might be a good time because
Yeah, I have 1 damage.
we have a couple people.
I'm call everybody around, It's a first aid kit I picked up. You never know when you're gonna fall and hurt yourself. So
Okay.
yeah, good
wait.
thinking, Timmy.
Claire's got a cut on her arm. Spray some antiseptic on it and wipe it all.
I'm very much a baby about it. I'm like, it stings, it stings, it stings, it stings.
It's peroxide.
Supposed to stick.
It stings.
That noise, the baby noise. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
The baby's doing the role play for you.
Oh,
Right.
you
Baby boy
are.
stop love.
By the way, guys, I love the fact that that Roll20 implemented one-way walls, so I can do things like different cliff heights.
Cool.
Because
It's like,
by the time you guys get to the top level of this map, you'll be able to see pretty much the whole thing. Whereas
That's
now,
really
you
cool.
can't see basically any of it. It's just a very, very good mechanic that they added. I really
well, Dapper,
appreciate it.
you can't do this on a tabletop, so like actual physical tabletop. So I guess it's banned.
Look, DTTs have advantages.
Exactly.
Maddie, do you need to step away?
No, that's actually Hannah's talking voice, not her crying voice.
Oh, okay.
Excited, I'll mute, but she's just excited.
Okay.
Exciting baby
Wow.
noise.
Okay, so the next thing you guys see in front of you is definitely the bridge that has a hole in it, which I'm putting up there. If you guys want to get like up to the bridge, nothing's going to ambush you as you approach.
Yeah, that's a hole in the bridge.
I did need to know how many of those uses I used. Just
Two.
two, right?
Just two.
Alrighty. Okay,
Well, this is a
so
whole problem, isn't it?
I think we should be a bit more on guard as we move forward there, guys. You know what? So we were just talking about trees. Does this tree reach above this cliff face? If Timmy climbed up that tree, could he get a good look at the cliff face past that point?
Yeah, probably. If you made a really good jump check, you might even be able to jump from it to the next cliff face.
Well, at first, I'm just gonna try to climb up, get a good look, see if I can't spot any more mantoids waiting to ambush us.
Okay. Why don't you take a athletic?
Can it be acrobatics?
No, that would be if you wanted to leap away from the tree.
Okay. Well, I have a
'Cause this is-
D4
Because this isn't where, like, your balance doesn't matter much. It's just, can you haul yourself up the tree? It's not very hard. It's not like it's a jungle gym or something, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's good enough. All right, so I'm gonna put you here so you can see, right?
Okay.
So this is your field of view. You're not actually in this spot. You're actually, back
Right.
one spot here.
Right,
But you can
right,
see
right.
that there's a ruined house here. You can see some other kind of bridge along here. The path continues up to the northeast. And over to the east, there's another wall there. You don't see any mantoids, because if you could, they would be on screen.
Right. All right. I'm gonna climb back down.
Okay.
Let my teammates know. Well, I guess you got to move back down there.
Yeah.
Let my teammates know, like, hey guys, I didn't see any mantoids, but there is this way up. It looks like we could jump from here over there. It seems to be a safe-ish area on the other side of that cliff.
Yeah, that gap in the bridge is about 10 feet across.
Remember, while you're
Awesome.
morphed, you do triple your jump distances.
Yeah, but it's a risk, and frankly, going up that tree and up there seems a whole lot easier. Nothing. Tough crowd.
Well, you guys want to do that?
Well, I agree with you, and Timmy will go back. I just climbed down from that tree, but okay. Same check.
No, I'll let you climb again because you're fine.
Okay.
When you're up there, though, if you want to jump to the cliff, I do need an acrobatics check.
I'll move there and acrobatics, something I'm actually good at, and watch me fail.
It's possible.
Should I also roll athletics to climb the tree?
Well, given that Timmy has just fallen, and taken a point of damage in the fall.
Ow.
Oh, my knee!
My leg!
My leg!
Jeez, Timmy.
Well, let's try that again, hey?
All right, Gary, you want to give it a go?
Yes.
All right, you make it
No.
up the tree and take that acrobatics check if you want to jump past it. All right. Gary,
Oh,
you
wait.
make it to here.
Ah, nice place. You okay down there?
I'm not gonna lie, team. I'm gonna have to take a long way around.
Okay, I'll go with you.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
not certain that bridge is going to be any easier.
we got rope, don't we? Do we got rope?
Do you?
I morphed. So what does that mean my jump speed is?
Hold on.
Or my jump distance?
Oh, Gary, why are you telling people to hold on now?
Timmy, you just gave me a wonderful idea. Do we have, like, Power Ranger rope? Because I can just drop a rope down then.
Power rope.
Does he have
Oh,
50 feet of
Lord.
pimpin' rope?
Well,
Mighty Morphin Power rope.
didn't we have rope in the temple, the pyramid? Thought we did.
Morphin Grid rope.
So here's the thing: unless you guys decided to requisition some rope beforehand, if you
Yeah.
want to have rope, it's going to be one of those things where you're going to need to make sure that you have it by spending a story point to have a scene useful piece of equipment.
Sure.
Yeah. I think this calls
I'll
for
do
a
that.
story point.
Boom. Done.
Okay. So yeah, now you have rope.
Thank God you asked the villagers at the village for rope, eh?
I mean, it was such good rope.
So,
That's a
it was
good
such a good idea that we had them.
I gave them some homemade beef jerky for it. It's my uncle's recipe. It's good.
So how does having rope affect my climb?
So basically, by letting down a rope, you can climb the cliff with an edge on your athletics check.
Like,
Cool.
just put it right there.
So that can undo my auto snag for not having a point in it?
It can.
Okay, cool. Claire and her really, really skinny little arms is just like, oh no, this is just like gym class.
Don't worry, you'll get through it.
And I get a 4.
Yeah.
Can the rest
Claire
of us
fails to
try
make
to help?
progress. But yes, one person on the ground can try to give her a boost, which I will allow to give her an upshift, which means she can roll again, and you're going to get a D2, and
Ooh.
which the edge still applies from the rope. So now you actually should
Okay.
get actual edge plus the D2.
Oh. I'll grab your hand if you can get up far enough, okay? I'll help you up.
Steve
Wait.
Areno in the chat has said something. Look, man, I agree with you, but I'm not telling them that. They can spend the story point. Because Steve Areno pointed out that there have to be vines all over the place. There absolutely are.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a 9. Wait, that skill is... Sorry, my athletics is so wrong.
Yeah, that's weird.
I couldn't have gotten a... That doesn't make sense.
Also,
look,
you should have had... Look, here's what I want you to do.
I'm just going to do R1 D20 plus
K1.
1d2.
Well, do R slash... Or, yeah, R slash...
R slash or slash R?
Slash R, sorry. Slash R, 1d20, KH1 plus 1d2.
K1?
That should give you
1d2?
the edge, yeah.
No, but I have an auto snag in it.
But you now
Yeah.
have a skill point in it because of the upshift.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Wait, it didn't give you the... Oh, you didn't do the 2d20. Just roll one more d20 and see what happens. And also, there
Okay.
should be a d2. Why didn't the d2... Oh, because you put spaces.
Well,
No spaces. Just roll another d20 plus 1d2. See what happens.
listen.
Oh.
Amazing.
I
Mine
climb.
all
I'm going...
Guys, Claire's not getting up this way.
Okay, Claire.
Ryan wants
Go
to
around.
You could try throwing her up.
So
All right.
hold on. Orion,
Lord,
hold on. Orion said he wants to try to go up. So Orion, take your athletics check with edge because of the rope.
With edge.
Yes. Fanny pack is too heavy. Yes.
Come on, big
Yes.
money, big money.
Nice. You shoot right up there.
Yes.
Oh, I can't put you up there on that screen.
All right. Can we tie a rope around Maddie's waist and hoist her
Please
up?
just haul me up like
Yeah.
a stuck pig.
Yeah, tell you
All
what. If you guys want to do that, Gary and Orion, what are your respective brawn skills?
0.
Okay.
I have
so,
a D4 in it, so
well, you're currently on the ground, so you want to try and climb again? Keeping in mind that if you fall again, you're taking another point of damage, and I believe you only have 1 point left.
Yeah, I'll use my.
Oh wait, can I heal him?
He could heal himself if he wants to take the
Yeah,
time.
I'll use a med kit. This whole time they've been climbing, I've been patching my
Okay.
scraped knee.
So you're now down to 7 uses of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll mess with that later. But yeah, I'll go for my athletics check.
Okay. You have edge because of the rope.
Specialization, no skill shift.
Yeah, you are able to get up there. All right. So now, Claire, I'm assuming you can't see anyone, right?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, is there a spectacled bear?
Take an alertness check.
Okay.
Oh god, if there is one on the other side of the bridge.
14.
Not that you can see.
Ugh, okay. I tie a rope around my waist and wait to be hauled up.
Okay. I'm assuming that all 3 of them are helping. Timmy, what's your brawn?
My brawn is I get a D4. I don't remember exactly what the score is. Yeah, D4.
Okay. So that means that I'm going to have Timmy be the lead on this one, and we're going to go ahead and say that you are going to get edge from one helper and a +1 upshift to your brawn from another helper. So
All right.
roll a brawn check and get the edge and the +1 skill shift. Yes, Steve Reno, these are indeed the bits that get edited out of a normal. Although, to be fair, in Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, there was an actual, like, we fell off the cliff
Jesus.
thing.
It's a critical success, though.
It would be a critical success if 10 is what you needed. Claire, you're going the long way around.
Okay, hang tight, guys. I'm normal.
You broke up a little bit there, Benny.
Oh, I said I'm going to go the long way around. It's fine and normal.
All right, guys.
There's this hole in a bridge.
Here's what we're
Anybody
gonna
else
do.
feel shame?
We're gonna call it for the night with Maddie unable to get up the cliff, no matter what you guys do. You guys up above the cliff. You might choose to lower yourselves back down. You might choose to come try to meet her on the other side. I don't know. But Claire is very, very stuck. And it seems like nothing you can do is helping at all. Because even with edge and wait, why is your skill shift only a D2? Why is it only a 1D2?
Me?
I added +1. I clicked +1 on the skill shift.
Okay, we gotta double check this because this is very confusing.
That is.
Yeah, you said you have D4 brawn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Probably hit -1.
So here's what I need you to do. Roll a 1d6. Just /R space 1d6.
Misclicks happen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, well, it doesn't help.
It's the mine all over again.
I'm just going to be over here kicking rocks for 2 weeks.
Well, guys, that's where we're going to do it. There's a literal cliffhanger is where we're going to
Before we
stick.
end, I can give you a reason why we couldn't have used vines. We are in a tropical rainforest. Everything is going to be wet, especially the plants.
There is that. There is that. All right, guys.
A vine would literally be worse.
thank you so much. If David can join us, then we'll assume that his investigation or whatever came to some conclusion. He can teleport in easily because Power Rangers is like that. And yeah, we're going to continue on with our jungle exploration and trying to get to this temple next time. And I really appreciate it. First, Jord, thank you for dealing with some pretty heavy stuff at the beginning.
No, you're good.
I wanted to make sure that plot line continued on and moves forward. There is more stuff to come with that plot line. It's not just being dropped at this point. And I'm hoping after we do some stuff with this plot line, maybe I can get into David's plot line with his sister, do some stuff there. I hope everyone who's watching had fun. We haven't had a Monster of the Week per se, but we had some great social interaction with some native folk living in the Amazon. We got a little bit of combat in. We're quickly draining Timmy's med pack.
Yeah.
Which
getting over it, the game.
Hey, one of the things that I like about this is like every point of damage matters, right? Because one of the things that bugs me a little bit about some games is it's like, oh, I took a point of damage, and he was like, I just don't care. Whereas in this one, it's like, oh no, I'm significantly closer to being out of this fight now. But anyway, I'll give everyone a chance to shill anything that they want to, and then we will basically get out of here. So we're going to go in reverse order. Timmy, anything you want to tell people before we get out of here?
Yeah, World of Akala streams every Monday. We just started a new campaign called He Is Risen. I play a zombie and the ghost of that zombie. So if you want to figure out how that works, come watch us on World of Akala.
Now, I have a quick question. Is there a reason that the name of the campaign is in fact the same as the Paschal Greeting?
If that's a reference, it might be something science. I don't know.
It's a religion reference, actually.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I thought it was a Hellraiser thing because there was this part where some demon showed up and like took this guy to another plane, and it was like a chain demon, and I was like, oh,
Ooh.
It's Hellraiser, and he was like, I have no idea what you're talking about with that reference.
That reminds me, the new Hellraiser movie is pretty good. I like it.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
watched it with Paula Gia, actually.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, I watched it with Vishanti, Paula Gia, and Heathen Queen. We all just got together and watched the new Hellraiser.
Sounds like a good group of people.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that was actually Paul's first ever Hellraiser movie. I'm just like, wait, what?
Oh man,
You've never seen any of the Hellraiser movies? Like, nope,
Yeah.
not one of them. All right,
I
well,
was gonna say.
all right, Gary, what do you got for us?
You think I have things for you?
I don't know. Okay, fine, you don't.
I don't.
Orion, what do you got
Thank
for
you,
us?
anyways.
I'm gonna be on Kent with Bent next Tuesday, and I make music. Link is not in the description, but it will be on Tuesday.
True, it's not. Sorry about that.
And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Claire, what do you got for us?
Claire has left the building.
Oh wait, is she not even in the chat anymore?
You had to go.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to say, guys, check out Science Side Up in case you haven't already. Although I suspect everyone who's currently watching probably has, because, you know, how would you not know about Science Side Up?
I mean, her channel is excellent.
If you're here, you're almost certainly already subscribed to my main channel, Dapper Dinosaur. We have a show coming out tomorrow. There's going to be a premiere at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be like a 2.5 hour like supercut of the David Menton talk. There you go. Do send me like DMs and whatnot. Like maybe tomorrow I'll be like, hey Dapper, make sure you add Orion's name. With that, we are gonna get out of here, and we are gonna show the end credits. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you much, players. I will have a quick few words for you after we are muted and the end credits are playing. Nothing serious, and goodbye to everybody.